Hello students, today we are going to discuss about the graphs, right? So in biostatistic and research methodology, there are certain place where we want to present our data, right? So these graph or graphical presentation of the data, it is going to be effective, right? Since we want to reveal some information which is there in the data form, so when we are presenting it in the graphs, it will be easy to represent, or the targeted audience it will reach effectively manner, it will reach in the effectively manner. That's what different types of graphs uh, they are helping us to present or reveal our data or our result. So coming to the graph, it is a diagram showing the relation between variable quantities, typically of two variables, right? Each measured along one of a pair of axis at a right angle, right? So that's what in a right from the beginning in your school days also you might be prepared so many graphs, right? There it is presenting that how it is nowadays also you can see into the this COVID-19 situation, how the graph is going continuously up, right? So number of cases, when it will increase, the graph will go up. Number of the, what is the death ratio, what is the, so likewise we are getting the relations between the variable quantities, how much what is the variables quantities, how it is going, and the two variables, right, in the time and cases, in the month of January how much, February how much, March, April, like that. A graph is a structure amounting to a set of objects in which some pairs of the objects are in some sense related, right? It may be the temperature versus pH, it may be the time versus crop, anything, right? We are going to discuss in the different examples in coming slides. A diagram, such as a series of one or more points, lines, line segments, curves, or areas that represents the variations of a variable in comparison with that of one or more other variables, right? So comparatively it is going to be present that at what time and what the different, it may be in the line form, it may be the curve form, it may be the area form, like a different pie diagram, pie graph, histogram, and many more. Graph is defined as to create a diagram that shows the relationship between two or more things. That's what we discussed. A diagram showing the relationship of quantities, especially such a diagram in which lines, bars, or proportional areas represent how one quantity depend on or changes with the another, right? So that's what it is presenting the data in effective manner with by the help of different lines, different bars, different area, and we will able to understand the things easily. Here one example has given, right? Imagine you just did a survey, right? In that survey, that different types of movies, the favorite types of movies, it has given in the five category: comedy movie, action movie, romantic movie, dramatical movie, and the scientific movie. So here we can show that are the bar graphs like this, right? Means uh, the people, number of people which they liked the kind of movie in the general survey, right? So here you can see in comedy four people like the action movie, five people like the romantic movie, six people like the, so like that. If you can present, this is the table and this is the graph. So in the table form, it you have to go through each and every section, and you will come to know that dramatical movie only one person like, if you will go into this. But if you see this graph. In comedy 4, action 5, romantic 6. So in graphical representation it will become easy to understand. It is a really good way to show the relative size. We can see which type of movie are most liked and which are least liked at a glance. By seeing once only, you will come to know immediately. First, your attention will go drama very less maybe romantic movie more people like. So immediately you can correlate here. But here in the table, it will be difficult. You have to go to the number. You have to think, okay, this is the, if it is 5 6 7 it's okay, but if it is in hundreds, thousands, lakhs, you have to think. But if it is in the graphical presentation, immediately you can get the idea at a glance. So there are different types of graphs. Here the types of graphs, like for the first one, the histogram, right? Histogram, it will be like a chart, right? Pie chart, cubic graph, response surface plot, counter plot graph. The first one, histogram. A histogram is a graphical display of data using bars of different heights, right? Different bars will be there at different heights, like this. Then again, it will go up. Again, it will go up, right? So it is the graphical display, right? We can see here the different, like this, different bar will be there. Okay. In a histogram, each bar each bar groups numbers into ranges. Taylor bar shows that more data falls in the range. A histogram displays the shape and spread of continuous sample data. A histogram is an approximate representation of the distribution of numerical data. Types of histograms. The histogram can be classified into different types based on the frequency distribution of the data. There are different types of distribution such as normal distribution, squid distribution, bimodal distribution, multimodal distribution, com distribution, edge peak distribution, dog food distribution, hard cut distribution, and so on. The histogram can be used to represent these different types of distribution. The different types of histogram are uniform histogram, symmetric histogram, model histogram, and probability histogram. So let's discuss uniform histogram. What is uniform histogram? As the name indicate, uniform, similar. A uniform distribution reveals that the number of classes is too small and each classes has a same number of elements. It may involve distribution that has several peaks. So you can see in maximum time here in the first, second, and third bar, it is similar number. In fourth bar, one step it gone down. Then here two step gone up. Again one come down. And this one it is similar here. So that's what the number of classes is too small and there are differences also, right? So that's what it is known as uniform histogram. Coming to the bimodal histogram. Bimodal, if a histogram has two peak, that's what bi, it is said to be bimodal. Bimodality occurs when the data sets has observations on two different kinds of individuals or combined groups if the centers of the two separate histograms are far enough to the variability in both the data sets. So you can see here This is the two peaks, right? And two different kinds of individuals or combined group, you can say. If the center of the two separate histogram are far enough to the variability in both the data set, this is the one data set, this is the one data set, so the center of two separate histogram are far enough. Okay, so that is the bi model. That's what two types of model we are going to show in the one graph. Symmetric histogram. Here what happened, when you draw a vertical line down the center of the histogram and the two sides are identical in size and shape, the histogram is said to be symmetric. The diagram is perfectly symmetric if the right half portion of the image is similar to the left half. You can see here, this is the center one, this side three steps, this side three steps. So that's what only it is telling. The diagram is perfectly symmetric if the right half portion of the image is similar to left half portion. So the histograms are not symmetric, are known as squid. Probability histogram. The probability histogram shows a pictorial representation of a discrete probability distribution. It consists of a rectangle centered on every value of x, and the area of each rectangle is proportional to the probability of the corresponding value. The probability histogram diagram is begun by selecting the classes. The probabilities of each outcome are the heights of the bar of the histogram. So let us discuss one example of histogram. One question is there. The following table gives the lifetime of 400 neon lamps, right? Lifetime of the 400 neon lamps. Draw a histogram for the below data or given data. So the first column what given, lifetime in hour and the number of lamp, neon lamp. So the 14 neon lamps, it is going to give the 300 to 400 life in hour. 56 lamp, 400 to 500. 60 lamp, 500 to 600. 86 lamp, 600 to 700. 74 lamp, 700 to 800. 62 lamp, 800 to 900 hours, and 48 neon lamp going to give the 900 to 1000 lifetime in hour. So when we are going to plot the histogram graph, how we are going to do, this is the solution. The histogram for the given data, it is going to be number of lamps, lifetime in hour. So here 300 to 400, that's what we could see in our first. 300 to 400, how much lamp? 14. So you can see here, this is near about 14. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Here 14. 300 to 400, whereas 400 to 556. Now we'll go to the 56. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. 56, 400 to 500. Then 500 to 660. When we go to the 60, it is coming 500 to 600. Then 86, 600 to 700. Going to 86, 85, 86. Here 600 to 700. Then again it is decreasing here, 74, 700 to 800. So coming to the 74, 700 to 800. Then here 800 to 900, 62, 62. Then 900 to 1000, 48. So this presentation, if you will, it will be easy to get the data, and at at how much lifetime, what is the number of neon lamp, that can be understand easily with the help of histogram, right? So coming, how we can conclude this one, histogram is one type of graphical presentation of data obtained from any source. This is easy method to represent the data and quick understanding way. Histogram should be designed in various other way to reveal more complicated data in a single sheet. These histogram having great importance in industrial point of view and educational point of view. Different statistical software playing major role to show the results and the reports in histograms in different organizations. So like that we can go further.